I know the title might be a bit confusing, it may not make any sense, but there's a reason that it's cilantro. And the thing about cilantro is, for some people, it tastes normal, it tastes like a leaf or something like that, but some people have the gene or whatever it is where it tastes like soap. And for me, that's kind of what it tastes like. So in a sense, cilantro is the symbol for something seeming like one thing to other, or having a taste or having whatever for one person, but for someone else it's completely different, even if it's the same thing. And that's how I feel about being in specific places or experiencing certain things in life. It kind of is like a cilantro moment, if that makes any sense. The reason why I made this video is because I've been at this place, this apartment, for like 8 months now, or almost like 9 months. Been here this time, absolutely insane location. I mean, it's the whole idea of like, oh, someone would die to be here. Like when you have like the family or people like, oh, I'd love to be there. Oh, I wish I could go back and experience that and do all that stuff. And it's so weird to be at a place where people talk about it like that and have such a, in a sense, like a desire to leave. My lease is coming up in like 2 weeks and I'm excited to be going somewhere else. Like, it could be Timbuktu, it could be anywhere, but it's just, I'm excited by change because from like the start of my time here, it's just one of those, I had that gut instinct, that feeling like, okay, this is gonna be really tough. Obviously it's nice being close to like the beach and there's a lot of nice stuff, but I don't know about y'all, but whenever my gut and stuff like that is just not in it, it really doesn't matter the stuff around it. If I'm not in it, I'm not in it, and it's gonna make time slow and make it feel a lot more difficult. To kind of connect this with any of you guys, I'm sure you guys have probably been in situations or done things or been around this or what, and it just doesn't connect. It could be as simple as watching a movie that everyone likes and you don't like, or everyone doesn't like and you like. Like, there's all this stuff where we all can experience or do the same thing but have a different feeling towards it. And in my case, I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing. Like, the way I feel, you'd think that you want it rather feel good than bad, but usually when you're feeling bad, you're feeling like, oh, that's not right, stuff like that. It's kind of just life pointing you in the right direction, being like, okay, you know what, this could be right for other people, stuff like that, but this is not your thing. And then you kind of just, it kind of helps you like figure out your stuff. It just allows you to check something off the box and kind of like move forward. So it's a funny thing how if my mind and all that stuff wasn't the way it is and stuff like that, it'd be tough for me to imagine not wanting to be in this situation. But it's just like, I've been here, I've experienced it. Like, it feels like the place I should be for like this amount of time and learned a lot, done a lot of stuff, but I'm like down to go. It's like taking the cilantro off. Like, I'm down to take the cilantro off and just have like a little taco. Like, I'm down. I don't really mind it. It's not really anything for me, but I had to talk about this because it was something so internal, something that I keep, like, I don't know if you guys talk to yourself, but sometimes I'll talk to myself and pretend situation where I'm talking to people or stuff like that, or talking and trying to explain or trying to figure out what's going on in my brain. I keep coming and keep experiencing these things. Like, I had the same thing in college where my like parents or stuff like that would be like, oh, I love this, or I wish I could go back, all this stuff, and just it kept repetitively happening. And I was in a situation where I was like, I was desperate to leave. So I was like, oh yeah, but I was like internally like, I just want to leave and stuff like that. And obviously, lost a dad, numb. It makes for an experience that you probably don't want to like live in. But even then, even outside of that, it was one of those things where I just felt a little trapped. And here, I kind of in the same way feel like, I want to say trapped, but I feel like I need to be in this time, and I feel like I need to be in my own little like personal grind. And it's so strange to be going through this in a place that you would think would be the spot that I would have the nostalgia of in the future, like the spot I would be like, oh, when I was young I did this and I really loved it and I wish I could go back. But it's, if this is that, then I would be concerned for the future. I just say that. And it's so strange because I've never been in a place like as nice, as convenient as this, all this stuff. But certain things just aren't meant to be, and certain things just aren't supposed to do that. And for me, I think it could be a situation where like life is just trying to make me uncomfortable, so that even if I'm in a situation that could seem like amazing and stuff like that, it's not gonna make me feel great because of the fact I need to be uncomfortable in order to keep growing. So even when I'm in these spots, I'm gonna be uncomfortable. And also there's just a conviction or a certain feeling like when you're at some place, you're kind of being there and you're like, okay, it's not gonna be what I thought. It's just not gonna be it. I had expectations going into this, expectations whatever, and obviously it's been a lot tougher and it's been a lot more difficult, and it's been that soapy cilantro experience, but it's almost like I need the soapy cilantro experience instead of the other ones. And I don't know if any of you guys can relate, but sometimes you just need to go through the tougher times rather than the times you'd want to go through, because of the fact that it pushes you and allows you to grow. So even though this is tough, or even though this is not the thing, that whatever, even though I'm like internally like want to go and stuff like that, it's a better experience for me than to be like, oh, I love this time and stuff like that, and reminisce and be stuck in there versus being uncomfortable enough to grow. So if any of you guys are in similar situations, let me know, and I can try to like say stuff or whatever. But have a nice day, check out videos, and God bless.